So, welcome to the first episode of Bubble Sports Podcast. So, as the first episode, of course, it is really important to get the right guests in. So, I'm glad that Wingjet agrees to help us out. Thank you so much. How are you? How have you been doing?
I'm good.
Okay, awesome. So, he has been known as the icon of basketball in Malaysia. Yeah, and then a lot of people in Mandarin would call him Lan Qiu Nansen. So he's basically like the man idol that represents Malaysia, and he has been so famous for his dunking, right? So I guess a lot of fans would curious about how you actually started your journey in basketball.
It's basically it's funny, how I started to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's from a movie called High School Musical.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's basically from Zac Efron, and because of he's a god, you know what I'm saying? So, and then in the movie he was a captain and he's being very cool, and I thought playing basketball is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
that will get you girls, right?
Get me girls. Yeah. He know me. So I'm like, okay, started playing basketball when I was 10. So yeah, that's how I started, because of a movie. High School Musical.
So at which age that you started realize you got really good at it?
Okay, I'm not really good at it. Okay, how I feel confidence about basketball is when I was 14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That time was how I realized I was good. And it's a bit. I think it's 12. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you started to join school team, and then the state represent states, and then become the national player. Right? Like, can you tell us how was the journey? What must have been like? Because I believe a lot of those basketball enthusiasts, right? The younger kids, they will definitely be curious about how to actually get there.
It's just basically don't give up. And how was the journey is, okay, how I started to be serious and focused is because of my friend, one of my secondary friend. When that time we was 10, very young, was kid, and I'm not good at it. Everyone started 0, so I'm not good at it, and we just play one-on-one because he's one of my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he started to trigger me. He's like, you're not in my level. you can't play. You can't do anything to stop me playing. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, we play 7, but 7-0, 7 versus 0. I'm lost to my friend, and just started to realize I want to win him. And then I went back home. My grandpa built. He loved me so much. My grandpa.
So you told him the story that.
I didn't tell him the story, but he just. I say I want. He found out that I love basketball, and then he built me a rim outside my house. Mm-hmm. We have a small house, so not really big. So small house, basically the same rim size, and he was a genius. And then I started to play every single day. That's how I practice. And luckily, we have a mirror outside my house, so I can always look at my move and
to improve
improve my move and make it cooler, make it swag. That's how I make my form better. So
it's nice. So did you you have a brother, right? So that I know. So was he inspired by you to start basketball as well?
I think so. He's my younger brother, so yeah. He plays.
Is he good in basketball?
Not good as me, so but he play. He's a school player, so
nice.
School team. Yeah.
Nice. So how to get into a national team
Okay, so first how I get into state.
Yeah.
I play a league that's for the state game, so I got selected, and that's how I started to play when I was 14. 15.
Right.
15, and then I started to go and practice, I went there for a few months, and then they picked me. I'm like, okay, you have to work hard. So it's basically because when you are 15, you only play with, at my time, my age, we just need to run fast. That's how we play. And then I got selected because I run fast. So you have to be athletic. And then after you get into state team, you have to play against other states. So you have to perform well. So by that time, I was like the bench player. Start with jail. So sad that back then, because I don't sit on the bench. Because when I was 10, I already started to play first 5 players. I'm the top 5 players that time because I train every single day at my home. And then I don't feel good. I didn't feel good. So you have to wait for the opportunity to come to you, and then you just prove you can play. I remember at that time, I don't play. We lost at the state game when I was 15. I represent Selangor, and then my story was the whole game we played like 7 games. The last game, my coach, because I fight with the coach, like argue, we argue a lot. Like, why you don't let me play? Because I think I'm the best player in the team always. And then my coach like, okay, so because we lost, and then he doesn't care about the last game, so he just let me play he let me start to play the starter 5.
Yeah.
And then I got 20 points. That's how I proved it. I feel good, and we won that game. It's like, okay. So I think that time everyone's like the national team, the coaches, they realized who I am. I think they saw me. So I think they were like, they know who I am, but they didn't pick me on when I was 15. But never mind. So after that, the next year, I'm because that time was like under 16. When I was 15, everybody's older than me. But when I was 16,
you're basically the old.
I'm the old one. So I'm the oldest player. So basically all of us like 16. So I'm the first 5, and we play good, and we won the championship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I got picked by national team when I was 16. So yeah, that's how I get into the national team.
What is it like to be in a national team?
It's fun. It's tough. Like, it's very tough. You have to practice every single day, no off. Even though I'm off, I'm still playing basketball because I love basketball very much. Because at that time I realized I'm in the national team, but my dream is still be to go to NBA. So that's basically everyone's dream. So
every basketball player's dream, right? Yeah.
And it's hard to get into an NBA, but it's satisfying for me, like, getting to national teams. I'm like, okay, national team is tough. Like, every single day I have to practice. For me, I have to wake up at 4.
Wow.
And we run from the hill, climb to the hill like every single day, or gym or whatever. We have to shoot for like 1,000 shots, and then after that you go to the school. After school, you're back to the practice, and after practice, normally people just go home. National team, yes, they go home, they rest. But me, I went back to my court, and I play with my friends. I don't stop. Like, normally I spend 6 to 8 hours a day basketball. So
wow.
When I was in school, yeah, that's how I work.
Nice.
Yeah.
So a little bit, like, let's fast forward a little bit. Like, we know you are like an internet sensation. Like, you're consider yourself like as a pretty famous basketball player in social media, especially in Malaysia, and maybe even stretching out to like Singapore and even like Taiwan. People might know you for who you are, right?
Maybe.
So what actually made you famous? Like, what was the fame?
I think because of I done the basketball well.
So at which age you realize like, oh, actually I'm quite famous in Instagram? Like, you started to realize like people recognizes you on the street and stuff like that,
18. Yeah, 7 to 18. Yeah,
Oh wow.
at that time.
That's pretty young.
Yes, pretty young, a little bit. Yeah.
So what have you done like that made you, you know,
Make me famous.
yeah? Did you posted any videos or like what did you do?
I think I did in a game, and I dunk in a game, and at
You
that
started dunking in a game at 16.
I started dunking the game when I was 17.
Oh,
16,
okay.
17, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it was recorded and then.
Yeah, some of them is recorded, or some of them is like they hear I dunked, so they try to search for me, and that's how I get a little bit famous. Not
see,
really
I see.
famous, but
So you were famous mainly like in Instagram or like Facebook?
Instagram, like Facebook a little bit, Instagram much.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, what does it feels like? Like when you realize that, oh wait, people know me. You know, like how do you handle that?
Not really much. So just basically hi.
Because like even like in Bubble Sports Complex, like while you are like practicing your shots over here, and then people will sort of like Instagram you, they will record you maybe, and then they like certain times when people saw you, they will like do Insta story and then tag you, like asking like, is that you, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we realized like not all we call it like Instagram or influencers would respond to the fans, right? So we realized like it's very entertaining to watch like you in your Insta story, like you have been like actively like replying all the fans like of their questions, or sometimes like they tag you in when they saw you in a billboard, they will tag you and then you will repost it and you will reply it and stuff like that. Like how do you realize, how do you like why would you do that to the fans? Like
Just feel like talking to my friends, so
so treat them as your friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Because like you have been posting a lot of like Insta stories, like asking people questions, and then your reply is like very entertaining in a way. Yeah, like kudos to that. And like how did you find this like fulfilling? Like is this very satisfying for you to like do all this stuff, or you find like
I think just funny because it is. I felt like I'm who I am, so I'm not trying to act like I'm cool, I'm emo. No, I'm not that kind of person. So I'm basically crazy, insane. So that's how me is. So I'm just trying to show people that how I am. That's how it is.
So people that follows you on your social media, like what age group are they basically from? And
18 to 24.
oh, that is nice. So these are the demographics that you are basically like your fan base are, right? So do they like you mainly for your basketball or because of your personality, or
I think main is used to be basketball, but now I think it's both.
you grow with your fans, like they know you for basketball and then they stay for your personality?
Maybe
we
I
can say
guess.
that.
I don't know. Maybe yes. I think my personality is cool. Not everyone is crazy, you know. So
Speaking about like starting from social media like Instagram, right? We know like recently you have been officially starting your YouTube channel. So that's a huge step out there. So for all the fans that are watching this, maybe like what would you like? What's your plan on like how you plan to grow your YouTube channel from here? Because you just started like second videos was out. It was hilarious. I really watched it like once it was posted. I was literally like laughing throughout the whole time. But yeah, so for all of you who are curious about like what was the video about, be sure to check it out. Like it was really funny. And meanwhile, would you share with us like what is your future plan on like how you plan to grow your channel?
I'm planning to be like I don't know. Just you have to plan everything. So how I want to achieve, that's like my aim. Let's talk about my aim. I want to be like famous.
Okay.
That's how it is. I don't know. I just want to share the story actually. So how my story is, and I think people can, you know, I'm not famous, but I'm just like sharing videos. If you want to watch, you watch. So I'm not planning anything yet. So I just want to share my life. That's it.
Okay. I guess it's fair. Like many people maybe have the same thoughts. Like, oh, I want to be famous, but they wouldn't do anything about it, right?
I'm not really want to be famous. I mean, not right. I can't just take off my pants and, you know, running on the street. So I can be famous, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm just trying to share my life. If you like it, you like my life, and you want to watch more, so just watch.
That's a really really honest idea behind like what way you started everything. So is there anything that you would like to like hint your fans, like what can they look forward to in this like YouTube channel of yours?
I'll be more crazy. So it's crazy. My life is crazy. It's basically me. So if you want to watch me and watch crazy, so just watch it. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, so for any fans that are really really interested to find out more about who Tan Wijat is, aside from dunking, so you guys gotta check him out about that. So backtrack a little bit. We know like you are starting your YouTube channel. That's really cool, and we know like people known you for being able to dunk, right? That's not anything that anyone can achieve it easily, especially for Asians like us. Like we are not born to be like tall and really like thick and muscular, but being able to do that, it's already amazing enough. But for people that knows your story, they know like you got injured multiple times, especially on your knee. Basically you have like your ACL tore, you tear your ACL, right? So like for someone that have been injured for 2 times?
3
times, yes. For 3 times and still being able to dunk. Tell us about that, man. Like how did you do that? Like
never give up. So the first one, when I realized that I tore my ACL is when I was in Sabah, it's a state, playing games. During the game, I feel like I'm not feeling well. That's why I don't go aggressive. And then I tore my ACL when I lay up.
Wow.
Then it's like, what? And I heard plop.
Snap sound.
Yeah, you can hear the sounds, and then just found out it's painful. I couldn't walk after that for a few days, but I don't know what's going on. So after a few days, I still play the game. I don't care anything because I don't know. I just thought I twist a little bit, you know.
By the way, for those who don't know like the feeling of like tore your ACL, basically it's not a crack on your bone, but you're just losing a main support from a joint, right? So personally I've torn my ACL before. You basically have swollen knee, right? So after the swollen is off, you still be able to walk, but you're just losing a certain support, like when you will feel it when you're doing the sport, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When I'm doing sports, someone's trying to push me, I don't know, I forgot what he did. He's just trying to push me, and I felt like it's not stable at all. So that's how I feel. It's different. It's weird.
Damn.
And then I came back and I checked out to the doctor, and I found out MRI. After MRI, yes, I tore my ACL for the first time. But I'm like, first time is exciting. Whoa, wow, what is that?
My first injury.
Yes, my first injury. And then after the surgery, doctor, you have to rest for 1 month. You couldn't walk. You have to walk with the crutches. And then I didn't listen. I don't ask about it. So I started to walk after 2 weeks.
So after ACL reconstruction?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to walk after at least 4 weeks to 5 weeks. But I walk without crutches after 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's how crazy I am. And then I started to play basketball after 1 month to 2 months, like that, between that.
That's crazy.
Yes. And then The third month, I already start dunking because it doesn't feel weird. I mean, it's still basically the same, but it's bad. It's so bad for you if you don't listen to the instruction of the doctor.
Yeah.
And then the fifth month, I broke again.
Wow.
I broke again. It should be fully recovered after 6 months. But fifth month, I broke again.
You didn't let it like fully recover before
Yes,
you.
I didn't follow the doctor instructions. So I cried for the second time. I really cried for the second time. So like I wait for so long, 5 months. I still have to wait again 6 months, and I'm like, okay, the second time, the same leg though. So I went back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, what have you done to your leg again? And then I cried, and after another surgery, my second surgery. So basically it's so much painful, the second surgery, because you haven't recovered. So they have to, I don't know how they fix it, but it's painful. And after that, I cried and I rest for another 6 months. But this time I followed the instruction fully. And then yes, after 6 months, after the recover, yes, I dunking. But how I'm gonna dunk is like, I don't know. Just after 3 months, you can basically run a little bit and jump a little bit.
So you do your rehabs and everything.
Yeah. And after 6 months, I can jump already. So I just started to jump. I felt like a kid. I couldn't dunk, but I can barely touch the rib. So I just dunk. I just tried to dunk every single day. Back to 15, 14 years old. Like every single day practice how to jump. Like I basically just jump every day at a basketball court. I don't do like I went to gym to build up my muscle. That's it, and jump and swim and just sport and play basketball. And then I just started to jump, and yeah.
So that was the second time, right?
Yeah, that was the second time. And the third time is after a year, my left leg. So the first one was right leg.
For twice.
And then the left leg, I don't know why, it breaks again during practice. And after 1 month, if I didn't broke the third time, I think I will be able to join the tournament and win the championship. But yeah, I broke before a month.
The major tournament.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that time, that's how it is. And then same thing, do it again, 6 months, and then bomb again.
What was the mental? Were you mentally like being able to cope with all these injuries, and like how do you like keep yourself sane? You know, like many people who have like gone crazy, right? That's like maybe like it's the end of my career or
For
something.
me, I think because of I never grow up. That's how it is. Like I'm 23 right now, but my mindset is still same when I was 4. So it's basically I'm still a kid. And then when you were a kid, you will not take failure as a failure. You just take it as a pass, I guess. For me, I'm like, okay, when you fall down, you cry, you walk up, you run. That's how kid is. So
That's really, really a positive.
yeah, that's how kid
attitude
is.
about this, so.
That's how kid is. So I'm basically still the same, but I learned a lot more when I was 4. So I'm just doing what I should do when I was 4, and how you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I guess that's something like a lot of young aspired athletes could learn a thing or two about this, because like probably a lot of people like probably after the first injury they will probably like just give up.
yeah,
Right.
you shouldn't give up. You can still run and dunk. I mean, people born without leg. Some people. So you should appreciate because of you have surgery doesn't mean you cannot dunk. You know. So even doctor told you, unless doctor say, like, if you dunk it again, you will break your leg, so you won't have a leg anymore. At that time, maybe you don't want to mess up with your leg. So yeah. But if doctor say you couldn't get back 100% recovery, you know, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. You just have to make sure your mind is strong and make sure your legs is strong. You know your legs is not strong, so you make sure it's stronger than before you have injury. I think it should be okay. It's about mentally. So
That's right. So it's all about like having the right mentality that will help you to accelerate your recovery and then really get back on track, right? That's really cool. So that aside, like we have been like you mentioned it before, like you have been like appearing throughout. You have your face throughout the entire Malaysia, right? So that is really really cool. So for those of you who don't know, he just got a contract where Petronas just got him into a commercial, and then they have been using his face in all of the Petronas outlets, right? That's something really really cool because like we have been seeing like Wing Jets fans all around Malaysia have been like taking like Instagram stories, tagging him, and then he have been sharing it a lot. So it's a great thing to know like you actually appreciate what your fan did to you, and then you actually gives them like you actually really engage with them. You spend time to talk to them. Like tell us about that. Like what motivates you to actually keep the active engagement with them, like especially like
I just felt like talking to friends, bro. Like if you tag me, if you talk to me nicely, I'm a guy who like hi, talk to you back. I'm not celebrity. Even though I'm celebrity, I'm gonna like, cause I don't know, just, you're a human, I'm a human, so we should talk. So that's what my mindset is. When you're a kid, if someone talk to you, will you talk back? Yes. So I find out that a lot of teenagers or I don't know, old guys, I don't know, they don't talk to people or they don't give eye contact or something like that, or they don't.
They lost the basic fundamental like what a human's supposed to do, right?
I think so. I don't know, but sometimes I will do that because I have no, I'm thinking of something, or maybe I'm focusing on something, so I will look straight and walk by. I don't care about something else. But when someone talks to you, and you know it, why not you just talk to them? Maybe sometimes I don't because I'm really busy. So you can see I do talk to fans or friends. So yeah, some of them like maybe I miss it, so I'm sorry.
Basically just took it to another level where you don't just talk to people face to face, but in Instagram you fully utilizing the Insta story.
Yeah.
Even like ask your fans and your friends questions, and then like you engage with them, like your response to every answers
I pick the questions, so some of them is like
so some of it is really really entertaining. You like watched it, like it's something that will brightens up people's day, like to see like you actually spent your time to really appreciate what people responding to you, and you in turn like giving them a reply and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's how it is. You have to make people fun and make people happy. So
yeah, continue doing that, man. Like we will like really look forward to yeah. So as a basketball player and also as a basketball fan yourself, you watch NBA, right? So right now like the playoff is happening these days, like so I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, and I know like you're one of your icon that you looked up to is James Harden, because you feel like he's very smart in playing certain games, right? So there's this controversy going on during the playoff game 1 where the Golden State Warriors against Houston Rockets. So we're gonna pull up a clip and we're gonna watch it together, and you tell us like if you think the referee is making the right decisions or not.
I didn't watch it, so
yeah. So let's watch it together. Right.
And you can see that this angle is typical of what Harden normally does. No embellishment as Clay impedes that progress before.
There's a couple of clips from here.
Not long after this, another step back and another no call, even though this shot still goes in the basket. Not only is Clay moving towards Harden, he adds a second jump in there and gets even closer. His right foot is in between Harden's feet as he tumbles to the ground. Clay tries to hide this by turning his back to Harden, but the referee is right on top of the play, yet inexplicably elects to not blow the whistle. A minute later, Harden again steps back for a three. You can see Thompson clearly jumping towards Harden's body. Clear contact at the waist, plus Clay's left foot is in between Harden's feet, not giving him a place to land. And yet again, no call.
sometimes referee will like they have their own decision, you know. So I won't blame about referees. So
Do you find those like it's a foul? Like because if then like
it's really a foul, you know. It's really a foul. So when you put your legs under someone shooting after he land, if he step on your foot, he'll get injured. So that's a foul.
so it applies to FIBA as well.
Yeah, I think FIBA
Have
will-
the same rules.
Yeah, will be more sensitive. So
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
a little slightly different in NBA. So you see LeBron James can walk like, but in FIBA he couldn't survive, I guess. If he played like what he did in NBA, if he played in FIBA, no, it's not gonna happen. So
Okay.
so for me, my opinion, I think if referee have no call, you have to be careful. You cannot count on referees. You have to count on yourself. That's
So
how I
in
play.
most of the games, you have to.
Yeah, you have to figure out how referee gonna call the foul or everything. Some referee they don't even care how you foul, you know, unless it's a fragrant foul, or some of them might care even you touch it. So you have to be you have to figure it out yourself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Okay,
that's how basketball is.
So here comes the most exciting questions. Like I feel. So
Right.
what's your prediction for
Uh,
East Conference and West Conference and even like NBA Finals itself?
I think Eastern Conference will be Bucks. I love Giannis. I would like to play with him.
guy.
He's great. He's a monster. So if Western, I think you should be Golden State. Yeah. And then final, I want Giannis to win, but I think Steph Curry gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry gonna get champion, but I would want Bucks to win.
You see, do you think like by any chance like the two conference might turn out like to different teams?
Maybe Celtics we can get into the final, but I think Western will not change. I think.
Currently, it's still from this morning. It's a 1-1.
Oh,
like from
serious?
Celtics and Bucks. Yeah.
Oh.
So Bucks won the second game. So currently it's a season tie. So really looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exciting too.
Okay, so for the first podcast, we're gonna keep it short. So that's basically the end of like the first podcast. So it's about a good like 35 minutes. Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoy the first episode. To support us, do watch Wingjet's YouTube channel. More videos is coming up soon, right? So when are you gonna post up like the second video?
I don't know yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Wingjet, for coming to our podcast. Yeah.
See you guys.
See you guys. Bye.